Despite all the talk in recent years, women still earn 13.8% or $255.30 a week less than men. But there's one very simple fix to closing the gender pay gap: ending pay secrecy.
Wage secrecy means that you cannot actually talk to your mates about what you're earning at work. So there's no way of you figuring out if you're on a good wicket or if you're massively underpaid. So it means that when you're sitting across from your boss negotiating your salary, they know your market rate, but you don't.
And there's a reason pay secrecy tends to favour men.
Understanding the wage gap is really helpful, because if you don't know the problems there, it's really hard to call it out.
That knowledge is critically important to bringing the gender pay gap to an end.
So would you be comfortable telling people what you make each week?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like it would be really awkward, but I think I would.
I would be happy to bring it up.
You know, if people have got the same skills, then there's no reason they shouldn't get the same pay.
Australia lags behind the rest of the developed world when it comes to policy to end pay secrecy.
A study last year showed that Australia ranked last out of 6 leading countries on gender pay transparency measures.
Labor says if it wins the election, it will force major companies to publish their gender pay gaps.
It's a first step. When we talk about the gender wage gap, you know, there are so many things that contribute to this. But we need to think about unconscious bias. We need to think about flexible workplaces. Transparency is a good thing, but it's certainly not the only thing.
It's common practice for companies to include clauses in contracts banning employees from discussing what they earn. However, all 4 big banks recently committed to scrap pay secrecy clauses after a successful campaign by the finance sector union.
What our members told us was that pay secrecy was an enormous part of the workplace culture at the Commonwealth Bank. So what we started asking was, how much is that pay gap costing women workers? That figure at the low end was over $400 million, and at the high end was closer to $800 million.
And while there is still resistance to ending pay secrecy, change is coming.
Look, change is definitely happening, and I encourage, millennials to get out there and, make sure you're aware and demand what you're worth. Don't take it.
Pay secrecy clauses are archaic, they're wrong, and it's time that they were finally overturned in Australia. It has to be a priority for the government because women are being left behind.
Now, guys, I don't want to play this game in this panel. You're all on TV pretty regularly. For me, this is probably about the same as JobKeeper. So, so we're going to go out there. But if you do want to give me money, my show was on at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival all this week, 7:30, Lower Town Hall. Dave Thornton, that happened. Get involved.
And also, I've seen it.
3 people clapped. Did you see that? 3 people. Yeah, they were banging into it.
There was a very gentle woo. Someone at the back. Well done.